I'm Allie Trimm, and I'm a citizen of Oz. My first ever audition for Wicked, it was a self-tape request, and I was out of town. And so I thought, I've been waiting my whole life for this, and I get it while I'm living out of a suitcase, like in a hotel. How am I gonna do this? And my manager watched it, and she was like, fabulous work, but can you wear pink? I walked in, and he was looking at my resume, and he was like, wait, you were in 13. And I was like, yeah. You know, it was the first show that I did on Broadway when I was a teenager. And he said, well then sing the song. And the accompanist at the audition started playing What It Means to Be a Friend, and I said, I'll sing it, but only in character. And I don't remember how much time went by, but I remember getting the call and just thinking like, oh my gosh, it's happening. I first was introduced to Wicked by a friend of mine in 5th grade. His name was Ryan, and he was like, have you heard of this musical? And he showed me the album, and I was like immediately hooked on the music and the characters and their voices. I tried to make my own costumes. I made t-shirts. I just was such an immediate Wicked fan. And my parents took me to see it on tour. I saw Stephanie J. Block and Kendra Cassabaum. I was like 11, so I don't really remember exactly, but my mom told me that it was just like jaw on the floor the whole time. Like, I don't think I blinked a single time just watching it all. But what I do remember is that I stage doored, and I waited and I waited. I got a picture with Kendra Cassabaum. I was so excited to meet Glinda. And I saw the show a year later on the same tour, and I stage doored again, but this time I made a t-shirt. I put the picture on the shirt, I bedazzled it with pink and green jewels. I waited at the stage door for hours because I just was hoping I would see Glinda again, Kendra Cassabaum again, and show her my shirt that I made with her face on it. For whatever reason, because people can't always stage door, she wasn't coming out, and I told my parents, no, we have to wait. And finally, an ensemble member came back and was like, are you still here waiting? And I said, yeah, for Glinda. I'm 12, maybe 11 still. And they bring Kendra out. And I remember her being so kind and just like, oh, I had no idea you were here. Thank you for waiting. She took my friend and I backstage to show us some of the magic, to Galindify us. She put glitter on our eyes, and she just made it all feel like I was being drawn into the magic of the world. And she didn't need to do that, of course, but it impacted me so much, and I really thought, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. And not just the show, but connecting with young audience members who are really influenced by these characters. Oh my gosh, it's shifted a lot. When I first saw the show, and I was only 11, like all I could really see was the sparkles and the glitter and the dresses and the beauty of it all. I saw the surface, the beauty, because that's really what I could comprehend. And then when I joined the show in 2021, I started to really sit with the themes of friendship and of loving other people despite their flaws. And as these years have gone by, and as my understanding of the world has developed and changed and grown, the themes that now resonate mostly with me are following your conscience and following your heart, and the challenges that come when you're put in a position where you can't do that. And I sit with these big questions of what kind of person do I want to be? And also, every night I do the show, I watch Elphaba fly. And I watch Elphaba say, if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. If I'm not going to follow anything that people tell me to do, at least I follow my conscience. At least I'm doing what is right for me. I think the most rewarding part has been the connections that I've had with the young Wicked fans. And when you're in the bubble at the top of the show, you're up in the wings, or like you're up in the curtains basically, and if you look down, there's this tiny gap between some of the different curtain layers, and you can see the front row of the audience just like perfectly. And so the whole few minutes that I'm up there standing and waiting for the show to start, I can look down and I can see, you know, little kids in their costumes or in their finest, you know, theater going outfits, looking up at the monkeys, looking up at the map, and just I can remember being that little kid, and it feels just so special to get to look down and be like, okay, we're doing Wicked, we're starting from the beginning and we're gonna go all the way to the end, and then by the end we're gonna have done this together. So it's very sweet, it's very special.